Alright. I know I said that I would probably play as Kodiak Green when I was uploading the previous video. It's in the description. But having reached level 20 on Argent Justice, I figured I would go into a bit of detail as to how the game's costume creator is so addictive. So, at level 20, you're able to go into one of these icon stores. Specifically this one in the northwest corner of Steel Canyon. Right here. Got a little cash sign to show where it is. You come in here. And you walk up to Sergey. He gives you a mission to go and defeat a bunch of... There's debate as to how the gang's name is pronounced. Most people say Soo. It's Tsoo. I've heard dialogue that apparently it's supposed to be pronounced Chew. I don't know which one. I keep defaulting to Sue. But he tells you to defeat 20 of them because they've been harassing him, trying to get the secrets of how he makes his outfits. Because the secret of how he makes his outfits is tied into the secret of why the outfits aren't destroyed by people's various superpowers. It's a loose excuse to force players to go and fight a band of enemies. Again, it's a lot of second generation MMO thinking. However, one of the fun things that the Paragon developers did, and I can't remember which issue, it was a few years after I started playing, but they made it so that there were some missions that you could just drop, that you could do an autocomplete on. If it was missions that were broken, missions that players found to be tedious, missions that they were just stuck on and just could not get past. There were limitations. Some missions would not allow you to autocomplete, ones that were related to badges. So some missions you do them, and when you beat them, you're awarded a badge. Like this one, Plague Stopper. Anyway, back to the focus of what I'm trying to do here. I have a set of outfits. Superhero, 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 civilian, civilian, civilian. It's usually what I do with my characters. I get ideas for a smattering of different outfits. If they're military minded, I put them in various types of uniforms. If they're superhero minded, it's a blend of civilian outfits and superhero outfits. I've got a few other characters like the terrestrian characters where it's various types of uniforms because they're spacefaring creatures. So I'm corrupted by science fiction in that regard. I can only imagine spacefarers going around in uniforms. I wish I could be a little more Star Warsy on that one. Of course, there's also the fact that they're inhuman characters. I have trouble picturing them in civilian attire, though I do find some ways. In this regard, I'm going to make a new civilian outfit for Argent Justice. This is her standard superhero outfit. As you can see, it's a copy of the first outfit here. Anytime I get a new costume slot, the outfit will copy the first costume. Every single time. It will never copy one of these. This can make for some interesting moments, such as, well, say I go to helmets. Hats. Huh, I gave her the normal face. Didn't realize I had her operating on face 1. Yeah, well. So some outfits, if you switch to another costume type, it changes the face to face 1. It just automatically defaults back to it, and so you have to keep track of what the face is on the character. But it seems for this particular one, I actually like face 1 for Argent Justice. And I think I'm starting to see why. This particular head shape, a lot of these faces just don't look right. Yes. In case you're wondering about the sudden art shift, faces 16 through 30, Paragon Studios had a new artistic direction, and they wound up adding a bunch of new faces. Some of the freckles, a little more shade to the faces. Less cartoony than these ones. And these are all the different faces that you can use in the game. Any female character can use these faces. Supernatural faces are a bit weird. A lot of them just seem really hostile, like even more hostile than the hostile faces. Ugh. Gotta love that. Somebody really had fun making that one. David Cronenberg would be impressed. Oh, an actual feline face. Wonder if I should go back to Snugglepurr and change her outfit to look like this. Change all of her faces to have this kitty face. Ugh. Argus. I wonder how many people know why that's called Argus. The viper face, the reptilian face. I don't know. That one doesn't so much strike me as reptilian as much as a blend of reptilian and gray alien. It has no mouth. Homecoming went and added a bunch of faces. So now we can use the Talons faces. The Talons of Vengeance are a group of psychotic, Maynard-like women who they just want to kill everybody. They just want to kill everybody. They've got a bunch of classic Greek monsters in their ranks, like sirens and gorgons. That's a siren. That's a gorgon. I forgot what that is. The Clockwork are machines used in Praetorian Earth. I don't know why the developers decided to give us the Clockwork as costume pieces. I like that they did. They really helped me flesh out my Riot characters a lot better. So they've got more interesting robotic pieces working for them. In case you just want to make a character that glows, the Spectrum. And then back to start. There are a bunch of different hairdos. I'm not going to do the skin option because that erases the color. Snakes, in case you want to make a Medusa character. I don't know why this is post-apocalyptic. Why would you drive nails into your head? Atomic bombs have destroyed everything, but I'm just gonna hammer these bolts into my skull. That way I'll be getting the beneficial effects of all the ambient radiation. What the fuck? I've never seen anybody use these. I've seen these used. Seen these used. Huge evil brain. This one is always fun to look at. Got an exposed brain, for some reason, as well as all sorts of weird wires and tubes poking into it. For as much as people might dislike the talons, that is some really lovely hair. Ringlets. I've only got a few characters that use the ringlets. A clubbing hairdo. And yeah, alright, we'll go with a clubbing outfit. Oh, I'm gonna catch flack for this, I'm sure. So, outfits. Currently she's just using the standard tight outfit. Bodysuit muscled gloss to show off her muscles. She's got abs. The chest details, what you use if you want to put body armor on the character of some kind, or bandolier, bullets, shotgun shells, maybe a symbol. There's a lot of really fancy stuff in here. But here, let me get rid of this cape. Now, clubbing, people usually show off. And you're probably wondering what happened to the abs. Well, that's one of the unfortunate things about City of Heroes. All of these outfits change. They're just hard-coded in to look like that. And most of the art focuses on a body shaped like that. Just standard athletic. So, if I wanted her to be showing off her abs, she'd have to use this barbarian top because it's the only one that does. But maybe she doesn't want to be showing off her abs. Maybe she just wants to wear something fun. Like this. Metallic dress top. You know what? Let's go with a silvery look. Her name is Argent Justice, after all, and argentum, is silver. It's why on the periodic table of elements, silver's symbol is Ag. Gold, Au, is aurum, just in case you were ever curious. Now, gloves for the club. Here's the Carnival of Light. Like I said, we get outfits similar to what the Carnival of Shadows has. However, what we get is the Carnival of Light. There's fashion. Fashion flared. There is a whole slew of different gloves that we can turn to. But for clubbing, I think she would want to keep it simple. Oh, and on top of that, we've got others that we can go with for smooth and bare. It stays smooth with the rest of the arm. It's just repainting the arm. It's funny what just a little bit of detail will do to change a person's perception of how a limb looks. Yeah, small glove. leather studded belt. Belts are interesting. There are a lot of different types of belts that a character can wear. They come with all sorts of interesting attachments too. So it's really interesting how a belt can really change how a character looks. But in this case, we're just sticking with a simple club belt. I'm going to go with pants. Argent's not really... Argent Justice isn't really a dress-wearing kind of girl. Sadly, there aren't many options for pants. Got slacks, khakis, baggy pants, flared pants, you know, like out of the 70s. Bell bottoms, tight pants, just normal straight-legged pants. It may not seem like much, but you can actually tell the difference when you're playing the game. I'm thinking I'm going to go with baggy pants. Baggy leathers. Yet no. I'll come back to that. Khakis. Slacks. I'm not entirely sure why this is called Chinese and why this one's called Korean. I end up using these two for sweatpants. Camouflage. This is always fun. But not really club wear. What do I know? I don't really go to clubs. Post-apocalyptic. Yeah, that's what you want to be on the dance floor wearing. Jeans that say that you just came off the set of Mad Max. Gunslinger outfits. In case you're wondering what that's supposed to look like. And without the flare. I usually end up using this for motorcycle leathers, like actual motorcycle leathers, because you see this all the time on bikers, where they're wearing chaps to protect their legs from the heat of the engine. And there's baggy jeans and tight jeans. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. You can change the color of the stitching. Doesn't do that for all of these. Like, another limitation of this engine. Everything is just two colors, but Paragon and the Homecoming crew did a wonderful job of really mixing up what you can do with those two colors. Some outfits, there's a blend that's automatically built into them. So, there we go. And there are all sorts of different types of boots that characters can wear to reflect different kinds of shoes. Slippers, sneakers. Gunslingers are cowboy boots. Witch boots, they wind up having heels. In fact, most of the female outfits have heels. Yeah. And there we go. Argent Justice going to the club. I feel like her face could use something. Some kind of shades. There we go. And there we have it. Argent Justice's latest outfit. Her club attire. We can also change out what the different powers do. I always hated this animation. Much prefer the uppercut. We can't change what the animation for crane kick is, however. Not that I ever would. I just love that kick. I like that we can change this one, though. We can either do a crescent kick. I don't know why it's called the crippling axe kick, but alright. Or we can switch to a bright haymaker. Dragon's Tail will always be the drop down leg sweep. Eagle's Claw. That's the fancy, impressive one. Or you can turn it into a Dragon Punch, where the character rears back, hauls off, and just blasts the enemy in the face. These animations don't change what the damage is. It's all fluff. For her willpower abilities, I'm using minimal effects. You can have bright and wind up with your character glowing in various shades, but Argent Justice doesn't really do glowing. Like, we'll get initial abilities and just the barest hints that anything is happening when we're doing minimal effects. But when you've got the actual powers going, they've got continuous auras that are just blazing around them. And then, of course, there's original, which has different colorings. change what color is flowing around the character when she's flying. And I'm just going to leave it as the original. I don't feel like messing around with it. She doesn't fly that often. There's some inherent powers that the Homecoming crew allows us to customize now. I don't know if this was done at the tail end of the Paragon development, or if this was done in secret over the 6 years that there was a private server running. I mean, we can set that the character has different stances. The slide stance. Okay. Then there's the power slide, which back in the old days, it was a huge debate on whether or not players should be allowed to get this, because it was only available to people that had pre-ordered the original run of City of Heroes. And so you had a bunch of people being like, eh, only the true fans should be allowed to use this. It's like, what the? No. And sprint. You got no reason to mess around with that. So, that's it. Character is done and edited. That's her new costume. And I could use a free Taylor token, but it's so cheap at this point, I don't see the point. Dun, da, da, da. And just like that, I can always switch between any of these however I want. If I want to put some pizzazz to it, like say use lightning for her transition. Lightning. Or here's a classic. Let's see, have I waited long enough? Wonder Woman! I try not to do that. Oh, one more second. And this one's always fun. 3 more seconds. Alright, well, that's all I've got to show off. Go ahead and switch back to the new costume I just gave her. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.